is Social Justice Day. In case you didn't know, what does it really mean, and what is going on in our local community to promote social justice?
So we have Kate Weaver Patterson. She is the director of the Second Chance Justice Collaborative with us to explain a little bit more about what social justice is and what's going on in our community. Thanks so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me and talking about one of my favorite subjects.
I bet it is. So let's start with, just bring people up to speed. When you talk about social justice, what does that mean, especially here in our community?
So social justice can mean a lot of things. This is a day that the UN has put in place on the international level for us really to be talking about inequalities throughout the world, and for us to be thinking about inequalities and access to justice, access to resources in our own communities. So what we do at the Second Chance Justice Collaborative is take our own bent on social justice for people who have criminal records or have been somehow justice system involved. And that's actually 1 in 3 Americans. And so one of the reasons that we really try and talk about this as a social justice issue that impacts our entire community is that if you yourself are not justice system impacted, I guarantee you know someone who is.
Yeah. And what are the numbers for South Carolina, for example?
So 1 in 3 Americans, and it is estimated that about 1 million South Carolinians have been justice system impacted. That can be anything from an arrest to an actual long-term prison sentence. But what we find and what those individuals certainly experience is as they come out of the justice system and are really trying to do something different with their lives, there are incredible barriers that they face in finding that success. And so often people find themselves trapped in the cycle that they've been caught in for a long time.
So how do you break that cycle?
So that's what we try.
How much time do we have?
How much time do we have?
2 minutes.
In a couple different ways. So the Justice Collaborative is a partnership between Jerry Blassingame's Soteria and national reentry organization Root and Rebound. So Jerry has been doing reentry work since before reentry was a thing. We take guys from SEDC and they come into a holistic live-in transitional house for job training and support. And that is incredible, but we also know that there are legal barriers that people are facing, not just within our Soteria community, but larger. And so we at the Justice Collaborative are really trying to change things from the legal side and from the systems policy side. So looking at what our employment opportunities are for second chance hiring, for people to really get in and get past those barriers, for housing, understanding that a criminal record doesn't bar and shouldn't bar someone from access to safe and stable housing. Child support, family stability issues. A lot of times people don't think about how incarceration and justice system involvement impacts the children within those families and can restart those cycles for those children. So really trying to take policy work and direct client service work to break some of those systems and help people succeed.
I know in Columbia, the mayor there is trying to outlaw where you cannot ask that on a job application, especially if you've already done your time.
Correct.
And you're out now.
Correct. So ban the box is a big thing that we've talked about. Our city council here in Greenville has done some great work on that, and we are looking at that as a statewide initiative. And I think it's important for employers to realize and the community to realize that doesn't necessarily mean that you'll never run a background check, but being sure that people have the opportunity to get their foot in the door, to have an interview and have a conversation about what their record may have been and how they have changed and what they're doing now.
We have just scratched the surface, and we appreciate it so much. But you can keep up with Root and Rebound and join the collaborative efforts online. What's your best online connection?
Absolutely. So people can look at rootandrebound.org, and we also have an email hotline. So for people who have justice system involved issues, if they want to email South Carolina at rootandrebound.org, one of our lawyers on our team will get back to them with some direction.
Thank you, Kate.
Thank you all so much.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Great information.
And you're watching Carolina's Family at 4. Stay with us. We'll be right back.